Dear professors and TAs, we are Team 66. We'll show you how to use our application here. First, to start of our application, you need to go to our folder and input the following information, that is our jar file and two input files. The first input file is the same as assignment 2, that is scenario information. The only change is at bus, changed from 8 arguments to 5 arguments, but our application supports both cases. The first input is required, and second input, that is about the passenger distribution at each stop, this is not required. If you don't provide it or you miss some information at some specific stops, we will use default values for it, that is 0 as lower bound and 10 as upper bound. And then after this, you just click enter. It will start of our application. Now this is our GUI. Here you can see all the stops in white icon with information like stop ID, stop name, and the waiting passengers at the stop on top of the icon. And all the buses are in red icon with the information the same as assignment 2 under it. The information will move together with bus. And we provide 5 different functionalities. They are reset, move bus, change bus, rewind, and efficiency. We'll talk of them one by one. First, let's start off move next bus. To specify here is that in the beginning, all the stops will stop at where it is in your scenario information. For example, you write in your input file that the bus 64 will start from stop 12. It will stop here, but when you click move next bus, the bus won't move, but the information will be updated. We can see any of them, which of them. For example, 62, it will stay here because it already stayed here, but the information the next stop will be updated. The same for each bus. Here it will show 3 times, and next time when it will should really start moving. And also, the move next bus is embedded with passenger management function. It will show here the details of the information. For example, which bus it is, and for example, the arrivals, the waitings, the aboard numbers, the transfer numbers, off-board numbers, the leave numbers, and which bus it is, which route it is, and the current stop and the next stop it's heading to. All the information are here every time you click move next bus. So it's very convenient for you to check the information of the passenger here, and also the waiting passenger will be updated every time after you click move next bus. And the corner case here for the move next bus is that each random number used for the passenger management is capped by the maximum number. For example, you generate a random riders off number, but if the riders off number is higher than the current passengers on the bus, you will only use the current passengers as a riders off. So that is the only corner case for the move bus. And the next functionality I want to talk is change bus. We provide 3 different options, that is change route and the stop indexes of it, and change speed and change capacity. For each of the change, you need to choose which change you want to make, the 3 options I referred to, and which bus you want to change. The bus ID, for example, I change bus 63, and the value of the new capacity, for example, 15. I click it, and then it will tell you that if you have really changed it, you click OK. It will only take effect when you arrive the next stop. For example, for bus 63, here it is. It will only take effect when you moved to stop 9. It means that when you arrived at stop 9, it will take off the excessive riders first and then start the usual passenger management. And also we can change speed. The same, you need to provide the bus ID and the new speed. the same, the speed will only take effect when it arrived next stop. We also can change, as we showed, the route and the stop. For your convenience, you don't know what routes are available and stop available, so we can provide a new button here named routes. If you click it, it will show you all the available routes and the stop sequence of these corresponding routes. So you will know which route I can change to and what index I can use. We use index here rather than stop ID. So for example, I want to change to route 55 or index 2, that is stop 10. So I can change it to, I change 62 bus and I need to provide 55 and 2. And then I click update bus attribute. It will take effect. Also, it will tell you it has already been successfully changed and it will take effect when it arrived next stop, that is stop 4. For example, I keep clicking. So next time, originally it should heading to 11, but now it tells you are heading back to 10. Heading back to 10, that is what I changed. So if I keep clicking, next time when it moved, it will move back to 10, so it takes effect from the next stop. And also, I want us to specify the special case here is that if you changed any of the 3 options in the beginning of the bus has moved, it will change immediately, not wait till the next stop because the bus hasn't moved. So for example, I reset it. I just change, for example, the bus, it's at stop 9. I will change to, for example, the same. It will index 2, it will go to stop 10, right? If I update it, it will tell you it changed and then it move back. It will move immediately to there because the bus is not during moving. So at initialization and before each bus moved, which bus has changed, you just check whether this bus has moved or not. It not moved, it will change or the bus changes immediately. If it has changed, it will only take effect when it arrived next stop because the bus is moving. And also, for change bus, we deal with some corner cases here. For example, all of the input has to be valid integer. You cannot be character. If you input character, it tells you okay, it's invalid. If you put an integer but negative, it will tells you okay, not valid, right? Still give you error message. And if you inputted the right one, but you choose some bus is not available in our system, for example, 65, it's not here. You click it, it will tell you the bus not in the list. The same for everything else. A little more complex is for the change route because you need to make sure the route is available and also the stop index is valid inside the change. That means less than the size of the list of the route of the stops. And now we can talk a little bit about rewind. For rewind, every time you take a rewind, it will move the latest bus to its previous state. It will, for example, here, here, and here. And the something what is updated here, what is recovered here is like the bus previous stop, the bus previous route which it is in, and the bus current passengers on the bus, and the current time, and also the waiting passengers of the current stop. So it update everything about the stop and the of the bus and the bus. And the maximum rewind time is 3, so we have rewind 3 times. If we run rewind more, it will give you error messages that you cannot rewind anymore. So you just click OK, nothing will happen here. And that is general case 3 times. But sometimes, for example, if you have moved the bus less than 3 times, so the rewind time is not 3, just move the bus times. So, for example, you reset it and you just move once, twice. Okay, you rewind. You should rewind only 2 times, and the 3rd time it tells you exceed rewind times. So that is corner case of these. Cannot exceed allowed rewind times. And the last function I want to talk about is calculate system efficiency. You can calculate system efficiency anytime you want and just need to click it. It will show the system efficiency here. And also you can update all the parameters for you. You can see there are different choices of parameters. If you want to change any of them, they are all 1 at default, but if you want to change it, just choose the right option of the key parameter name, and then you have to click it to make it effect, and then it will update it immediately. And the one thing to take care here is every time you only can change once. If you want to change 2 of the parameters, you need to do it twice. For example, I click it again, then it takes effect. And also, this number here, it has to be valid. For example, if you put something non-numerical value, it will tell you, okay, not invalid. Oh, it is invalid. And also, for example, you put some negative numbers, it will tell you, okay, invalid. It tells you cannot be positive, or cannot be non-positive. So that is all the corner cases. And so I think that is most of the functionalities of our application. If you have further more questions, you can go back to our README file to know how to use our software and how to start our software. And also, you can go to our design document for the details of realization of our software. Thank you for your watching.